Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. In this video we are going to be using these beautiful florals from Gracefully Created. I'm trying not to put fingerprints on this, but this is one of the new color shift tumblers from Tipsy Magnolia. Just look at that. And I'm not wanting to cover all of that up. I want some of it to show in the design because it looks pretty awesome with the colors of this. It's got the greens and that purple. So what we're going to do is use some Levitate, which also has these beautiful colors in it. And then we're going to tie in a mica. So in the areas that we don't have glitter, we're going to have a little bit of extra shimmer. Y'all excuse my voice, it's a little scratchy because allergies. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to put my respirator on because we will be using a little extra incorporated epoxy. I have already mixed it, so I should already have my respirator on, but my voice is already crackly enough, so I wanted to at least get through the intro here. So make sure, before you mix your part A and part B, you're always wearing your respirator. Get my glove on. All right, so let's mix some of our galactic chameleon flakes into our epoxy. It's not going to take much at all. So I'm just going to kind of dip this in. Whoop. Try to avoid making that big old mess. Stick into my popsicle stick more than it's mixing in. These are going to look really cool. What's awesome is we'll have a nice color shift base without having to spray paint. And I think I'm going to add a little bit more. Trying to avoid dumping the whole thing. Okay, stop. So we were only going to use a little bit, but yeah, no. Okay. I have washed this tumbler and dried it. That way I removed all of my fingerprints. I don't want to seal that in under my epoxy, so remove all your fingerprints and debris from the cup before you start adding on your epoxy. That is beautiful. I'm excited right away. Usually I would put this on super thin to add on glitter, but I am going to use a little bit of a thicker application this time since we want this to be nice and even. I don't want to get any streaking in our mica. And what we're going to do to help that is go around the whole cup and dab it after we get it pretty even this way. Get any clumps off. All right, so to get this mica even all the way around the tumbler, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to kind of texturize it. All right. Now we're going to take our torch to remove any bubbles before we add on our glitter. Now you see how there's no, hopefully it's focusing in on that, there's no streaking in this at all. All right. Now, give us a sheet of paper. And we're going to add Levitate to the bottom and the top rim. There we go. So we went heavy around the bottom and around the edge. And then we're going to tilt it up just ever so slightly. Sprinkle the glitter to where it falls. Now I'm not doing too much. So I don't want to overtake the color shift of this cup. I picked this color because it has gold in it, and I feel like it's going to tie together really well with the gold that's in our decals. It's going to be beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's see a little bit more, because I want it to be even from the top on both sides. Yep. All right, let's see. Now, normally I would wrap this up if we were to have glittered the whole thing. I would wrap it up and flatten the glitter out, but I still want to get this chunky glitter flat, but I can't roll it since we didn't glitter the center. So let's dab it. I'll wipe the glitter away from that top rim, so it makes sanding life easier, and then just dab some of these chunky pieces down that I see. are standing up. Same thing on the bottom. That is it. I'm going to let this dry completely. So let it get 100% dry. And then we will go over it with Rust-Oleum Matte Clear Coat, just to seal all those chunky pieces in and prevent any repelling with our epoxy. I will give it another coat of epoxy to seal the glitter in, and we will come back and work on our decals. This turned out beautiful. The color shift in the back, you really can't see it on camera as good as you can see it in person, but that, see if it'll focus there. Look at the micas. We did do 2 coats of epoxy. Let me refocus it. There you go. I did do 2 coats of epoxy, but I didn't sand in between because I didn't want to sand any of that glitter away. Since it did so good right here in the center, I'll just worry about sanding that on the second to last coat. So the ones that we were going to do on this are these right here. I'm going to trim this out with my scissors. Here they are. Let me get my big pair. I want to do this big one here in the middle. And we will be adding some words in the center of this. These are such beautiful florals. Didn't quite think that through when I put those in the middle, did I? That's okay. To place this. I think that's nice right there. Very, very pretty. Now when you pull these away, try not to touch the clear portion, especially if you're putting them on a dark colored cup. You will be able to see the fingerprints on the clear part if you leave any behind. So you want to try to avoid touching that. I touched it right here, so I'm just going to trim that little piece off. And when you are trimming around your images, try to get these nice little curves. See if it'll focus. Like this here, try to get a nice little curve instead of harsh lines. If you have harsh lines, sometimes those will show as well. Okay. All right, let me find a really smooth spot. There are a couple of places on here that's not so smooth. This. We're using the hinge method to apply this. I just trimmed off a little bit of the backing. laid this nice and flat. And we're gonna get our squeegee. Pull this off and just press it down. Hopefully this goes on like I want. Oh yeah. Perfect. Perfect. Use this to press it down so I'm not putting fingerprints on here. I'm going to go search for a decal and add it in the center. I don't think I'm going to add any more decals to the back of this because I really want this to show. That is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I think we're going to leave it simple. Okay, so for our decal, we have rose gold. This is the textured metallic rose gold from TECKWRAPCRAFT. Then we are going to do this matte. I think it's light green on their website. I'll double check before I have it listed or before I link it. And then the bubble-free metallic purple. We're going to try to layer these three up. I wanted to do the gold, the rose gold, to tie into this and bring out these colors. This glitter has lots of color in it, so we can, you know, kind of sky's the limit on it. But we're gonna do the holographic purple on top to tie back into this beautiful color shifting base. It has been a while since I've bragged on my TECKWRAPCRAFT, so like in the next few videos, I'm probably gonna do so. I used to do videos for TECKWRAPCRAFT. Uh-oh, losing a star. Twice a month, and I really want to get back on track. They have been the kindest people to work with. I have given them so many excuses, but I mean, they've been legit. We've had a lot of things going on. My daughter's been home from... Holy crap, that was a freaking cannon. Oh my gosh. That's the second time today somebody has shot off a cannon close by the house. But that one was loud. It shook the house. It shook my floor. Everything. Get them. Ooh. Hopefully it was a cannon. I don't even remember what I was saying. I knew I was talking about TECKWRAPCRAFT. I love them. I love the company. Oh, I was saying that I've given them so many excuses as to why I haven't been able to produce my usual videos. And it just felt like every time I got to come in here in my craft space, something else happened. And then I have so many cups sitting around that I started and didn't finish because it was either a different season by the time I come back, or, you know, old news, old design. So, and every time they were just so understanding. They're a great, great company to work with. But my daughter is back in school. My work has finally slowed down just enough for me to come in here and work. So hopefully we can get back on track. All right, I'm gonna hop off here and finish this, and then I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I caught myself rambling like y'all were, you know, just standing here in the room with me. I know y'all don't want to watch me stand here and weed vinyl, talk about life and people shooting off cannons in my neighborhood. So, we're going to use the TECKWRAPCRAFT transfer tape. This has a really good grip, so when I'm doing multiple layers, I like to use it. Works exceptionally well on the thick vinyl and like the specialty vinyls. Can we do this? So the textured metallic vinyl is pretty thick. So the only reason it's not sticking really well to the transfer tape is because it has kind of like a little, it's raised. So since that's such a small offset, it doesn't really have room to grip a hold of our light green vinyl. So we're just gonna flip it over like this. Swoop. Got it. That is so pretty. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna take this off because it's gonna take me a hot second to get this lined up really good. I am just going to pre-release it. Probably. Let's take it off this thick and we're gonna put it on this thinner backing here. I'm gonna cut pretty close to this. That way I can see the outline as we're putting it inside of that circle. Really, really, really hope this works. I'm not going to stress if that T comes out just a little bit. That'll be just fine. she's ready for epoxy.
I am working on other cups, so I already have my epoxy out. I have mixed 60 milliliters of a little extra ink epoxy, and that is for 3 cups. I probably will not use all of it. It's one good thing about ALE is that a little bit goes a long ways. It really stretches for you. So even if you do pay just a little bit more for a little extra ink epoxy than you would another brand, it's a thin viscosity, your coats are thinner, your tumblers come out thinner, your bubbles rise to the top better, and overall it's easier to work with. This one is already done, ready to pop onto my turner.
And here she is, y'all. I hope that y'all have enjoyed this tutorial and you love how this tumbler turned out. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below for me. I'll answer them as quickly as possible. All materials that we have used will be down in the description below with our coupon codes. Definitely go grab you some of these color shift tumblers from Tipsy. They are incredible, and I think it's so awesome that you get that really nice shift without having to add micas or some sort of specialty spray paint. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It helps us out tremendously. That is all for today. Thank you all so much. I'll see you next time.